I am not about to try. Bosse Parnevik.
Thank you very much. It seems that everybody speaks English tonight. I can speak English too. My relations to the English language, it's a little bit like the relations to my wife. I understand it, but I can't handle it very much. So, I am the only impersonator in the whole world who can do Ronald Reagan with the Swedish accent. The producer har beställning, requested 2 presidents. And now I'm going to do the current president of the United States. Yeah, we could ask the orchestra to play Old MacDonald. Old MacDonald had a face, E-I-E-I-O, that my makeup will replace, E-I-E-I-O. Patent dark, I suppose, makes a smaller nose. Rouge on the cheek makes him less antique than he was some years ago, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald needs no wig, E-I-E-I-O. I wonder if my ears too big, E-I-E-I-No. Just a spray in the hair, nothing gray anywhere. Fancy Nancy's big wig, don't need no wig on old MacDonald on his way to CIA. Sprinkles on a star, how I wonder, there you are, old MacDonald in the skies, E-I-E-I-O. Need some ice of a smaller size, E-I-E-I-O. When my eyes so high that reason why with little round I will pull them down. Now they need me smile, you know,
Mr. President, why didn't you meet with the Swedish king and his Queen Sylvia during their last visit to America?
Well, I just want to say that I like the Swedish king and his queen, Bolivia. But you see, in the morning, I'm very busy sleeping to 10 o'clock. Then I have breakfast till 11. Then I have to go riding for a couple of hours. Then I have lunch, a little nap. And at 4 o'clock, I have to see Nancy. And in the evening, I always try to rest in order to be able to meet next day's demands of this tough job.
I see. Well, what about your foreign policy? Have you talked to Mr. Reagan about peace in the Middle East?
Well, yes, we've had a discussion about peace in the Middle East. But the problem is that Mr. Reagan wants too big a piece of the Middle East.
have you had any peace talks with the new Russian leader?
Well, when I asked him to get out of Afghanistan, he said that he didn't even know how to get out of Russia. And when we talked about disarmament, he said that he already had disarmed Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and now he was also going to disarm Poland, which means that the military buildup has to continue. And there the Soviet Union has the big advantage. They don't have to spend a lot of money fighting communism. And the reason why we're also increasing our military buildup is that we were too late for the First World War. We came late into the Second, but next time we're going to be there from the start.
Mr. President, regarding your social program, you have been criticized for taking money from poor people, from old people, giving it to the rich and spending it on weapons like the MX missile.
Well, being rich in America today is very expensive. And I've always loved the poor people. That's why I want to see so many of them. You also mentioned the old people. Well, once upon a time, I was old too. So I know what that means.
Yes, but the MX missiles cost a lot of money. Wouldn't it be better if you gave it to the poor people?
Well, no, because I don't think that poor people know how to handle the MX missiles.
Mr. President, since you're here in Sweden, have you met with their socialist leader, Olof Palme?
Well, I never forget a face.
I have met him once.
And that's enough for me. Well, I thought you knew my opinion of communists.
Yes, but Mr. Palme is no communist. He is almost an anti-communist.
I don't care what kind of communist he is.